we're going to be going over leopard gecko care. So we're going to have 4 main categories. We're going to have care, housing, heat, handleability, and humidity. Now, let's get into the first category. So, for care for a reptile, they're very easy. And we're going to combine care and feeding. They will eat mealworms, dubia roaches, crickets, waxworms, superworms, butterworms, hornworms. They'll pretty much eat anything except for just don't feed insects around the house. Out of those, mealworms are a good staple, but you want to switch it up because that's like you just eating the same meal over and over. You'll get sick eventually. Crickets are a good meal, but they don't have a lot of protein and stuff like that. Dubia roaches are probably the best. They have the best amount of protein, and they're just good in general. So now we're going to talk about the next category. We'll see you in the next. Is housing. So I'm going to show you what I have my gecko in. Remember, as long as it's a 10-gallon and above, I'd really recommend a 20, but my housing is a bioactive tank, and we will show you that, but you do not have to have a bioactive tank. All you have to do is have 3 hides, and we will show you that in a second. Tank. As you can see, we have a warm hide, which has a thermostat in there. We'll talk about that in the heating category. This is a bioactive tank, and I really do recommend this for leopard geckos. It's really an enriching setup, and it's just great for them. And I have 3 hides here, as you can see. I have 1 over there, 2 over there, which is a human hide. And then, as you can see, I don't know if you can see behind the aloe plant, there is a cave that comes under where the water bowl is. You should have 3 hides. Warm, and then you have 1 in the middle, which is kind of like a medium hide, and then you have the humidity. Sorry, my sister's being an idiot. Mom's going upstairs. And let's get into the next category, heat. Also, I just want to add we're going to be doing at the end another category, because I completely forgot, called supplements, and we'll talk about that when we get there. So for heating, there's a couple options. One, you can use a deep dome projector where it does not produce any light, but it produces heat. The other thing you can do is use a Zoomed or any brand of a heat mat. And what you would do is you would stick this to the bottom of the tank, and then you would take this, the end part, the plug, and instead of plugging it straight into the wall, you should plug this into a thermostat, which I will show you. And a thermostat, what it does, it will regulate the temperature. And I recommend ones called Habitat thermostat, which is what I have. And you would plug this in, and then on the thermostat, you set the designated temperature, and you would just set it, and it would make the heat mat go to this temperature. Because I watch videos on it, these heat mats can heat up way too much. It doesn't matter which brand, anything like that. They can heat up way too much. So next, we're going to be going to the segment of humidity. About humidity. So as I said, you should have a humid hide in your leopard gecko's tank with some either paper towels if it's not bioactive, moss if it is bioactive, or just moss if it's not bioactive. And so necessarily, unless you have a bioactive tank, you really shouldn't be missing your leopard gecko unless they're in shed. You should be keeping that humid hide warm with something as like a little handheld mister, or for me, since I have a lot of other reptiles, a pressure mister. What you would do, I got this from the Biodude, is you would pump it up, and then it would just squirt water. I'm not going to do it because it makes a big mess. And since I have bioactive, I do have to water the plants and fill up his water bowl. And yeah, so now we're going to be moving on. So humidity should be like in the normal cage, 40 to maybe 50% max. And then for a bioactive, maybe 50 to like 50 max. And then for the humid hide, like 60%. So now we're going to be moving on to the supplement category, and then I will be introducing you to my leopard gecko at the end. Again, we're going to be talking about supplements in our next segment. So here is Repti Calcium. You will need to, this is with D-free, you will need to dust his food in a rotating schedule. So this one day, and then my sister will pass me the other one. And then also you should have in their dish in a tank, in their tank, like that. I have a Gatorade cap with some calcium in there. You should always have some calcium in case they feel like calcium deficient, I think it's called. And then, sorry, the cap's not on right. This is multivitamins. So after you do D3 one day, break, multivitamin. D3, break, multivitamin. And if you have a 1-year-old gecko like mine, he'll eat one. He will eat one every so one day he'll eat, skip a day. One day, skip a day.
So every other day.
Every other day. And then babies should eat every day. And then as they get like 3 to 4 years, this is a 2-year-old, sorry. As they get 3 to 4 years, they should eat every like 2 to 4 days. By the way, introducing to this is my gecko. His name is Noah. As you can see, he's very tame. He's 2 years old.
So cute.
We got him from a pet store. So, yeah, guys, and
Pet supplies, please.
we'll see you on the next one. Bye!